I'd like to take you back in time to an historical map. This map was created about 20 years after the Revolutionary War started. And it's a map of Bellport Bay. This is the Mastic Peninsula. The Smith Point Bridge to Smith Point Park would be approximately right here on the map, so it gives you perspective. This is the Patchogue Bay area. Back then, in 1797, there was an inlet which was labeled on this map as Southern or New Inlet. That inlet also exists on a map that was created in 1829. This is a map that actually shows the greater Great South Bay. Here's Fire Island Inlet. Here's what is now Heckscher State Park, Patchogue Bay, and then here's Bellport Bay, and you can see this little opening here which was the inlet. It was later known as Smith's Inlet, named after the Smith family who occupied what is now the Manor of St. George in Mastic. But by 1857, the inlet doesn't show up on maps. This was a map created by the U.S. government as part of their first survey of the shoreline, and the inlet doesn't exist here. We do know that the inlet was closed by 1830, and that was due to several ships that foundered in the inlet, causing it to shoal up and close. Since then, the Fire Island area has basically remained the same. This is an area opposite Bellport known as Old Inlet. This little island is called Pelican Island. This island over here is called Ridge Island. If you look closely, you see a little T-dock there. That's the Old Inlet dock facility. What happened next, on October 29th, 2012, Hurricane Sandy slammed into our coastline, altering the shape of our shoreline forever. As most of us know, there were 3 inlets created in the eastern part of the Barrier Island system. 2 were closed immediately by the Army Corps of Engineers. They were hoping to close this other inlet that was created opposite Bellport, but we were able to keep them off the beach because of several reasons. One is it was in the National Wilderness District, and there is a contingency plan in place that says breaches shall not exist in the Wilderness Center. However, the National Seashore has done a great job amending that plan. This is what Fire Island looked like in that area before Hurricane Sandy, and this is what it looked like right after Sandy moved through. Here again is Pelican Island, and back then on November 11th, which is approximately 3 weeks after Sandy, the inlet took on a shape that was about 40 yards across, and it was kind of perpendicular to the beach. Here is that Old Inlet T-dock. Here's an image that I snapped from the Patasquash Gun Club, which was situated on Pelican Island. It's looking south over the Barrier Island. You can see in the center of the image that the inlet exists. Most of the sand that existed on the Barrier Island was pushed northward into Bellport Bay. At this time, Fire Island is connected to Pelican Island by the sand that was thrown northward.